afternoon and welcome to Fast Horses Today. Today is Saturday. It is August 10th. And wow, this meet is really kind of going by quickly over at Del Mar. So got some horses that I like today in the late pick 5, which starts in the 6th race. So let's get started over at Del Mar. So the 6th race is a starter allowance race. It's a mile on the grass, and there's 3 horses here I like, but I'm going to make also a win bet as well. So let's get started here. The 6th race starts about 6:30 here Central Time, so 4:30 Pacific Time. So first I like the 3 horse, who is Sea of Cortez for Phil D'Amato. Efren Hernandez takes the ride here. Now, I like this horse last time. I gave him out here on Fast Horses Today, and the horse got it done. Efren Hernandez got the job done, which was nice. I think Hernandez probably works his horse out for D'Amato in the mornings over at La Salle. And in turn, D'Amato gives him a chance to ride. So I think it's pretty cool. You know, Hernandez is a guy who gets limited opportunities, usually rides at night at La Salle, so gets a chance to ride a nice horse here. So giving him a chance here at 5-1. I'm sorry, he's 10-1 here, and he gets to run 2 turns. We'll see what happens with Sea of Cortez. So I've got that horse. I'm also going to put the 6th horse, who is Jeweled Shillelagh. Jeweled Shillelagh comes out of the Michael McCarthy barn, and Rispoli takes the call. This is a positive jock switch, and this is one of the big reasons why I like this horse today. I'm going to also make a win bet on this horse. Horse is 9-2 in the program. You know, this horse is a nicely bred horse by City of Light, which we've seen City of Light horses do a whole lot. You know, on different surfaces, different distances, been a really good sire, and by a Tapit mare. So the horse is very well bred. You know, hasn't lived up to that breeding, but I think is good enough to win this race here. Now, I watched the film. The last 2 starts this horse had, Jeremy Laprida was on the horse, and you know, Laprida, just face it, he struggled. I mean, he struggled at Santa Anita, and he certainly is struggling at Del Mar. So I don't know what's going on with this guy, but I'm going to, you know, use the Laprida off angle here and Rispoli on. Rispoli certainly has ridden very well all over, but on the grass especially at Del Mar. So that's a positive jock switch. Looking at the film, I thought Laprida didn't put the best of rides on this horse, and you know, maybe a little bit better ride could have gotten it done either of the 2 times. He ran with better with allowance horses back in May, and I thought he made a nice account of himself. Ran with Old Pal. Old Pal would definitely run over this entire field. And you know, last time this horse ran in his starter level, he ended up running up against Promisio, who was a nice winner that day, and ran with Belmont Bill, who's in this race. So those are, you know, 3 horses, you know, pretty much within a length of each other on the wire. So I think a better ride gets his horse to the winner's circle, and I like Jeweled Shillelagh today. I'm going to make a win bet on Jeweled Shillelagh and also put in the pick 5. So I'm also going to put the 8 horse, who is Nashoba's Joy. Now, Nashoba's Joy comes out of the Carla Gaines barn. Now, Carla Gaines, for as much as she struggled at Santa Anita for the first 6 months of the year, and she really did, she's turned it around and done exceptionally well at Del Mar. So maybe this is what she was waiting for, is running at Del Mar. You know, this horse, Gaines puts blinkers on the horse. Maldonado takes the call again. Now, this horse ran a really nice race last time. You know, in the same race as Promisio, Belmont Bill, Jeweled Shillelagh. This horse was 4th in that race. It was right off the lead as well. So, you know, maybe a little better luck or so, this horse could have gotten there. So, Nashoba's Joy is a nicely bred horse by Kitten's Joy out of Nashoba's Gold. And Nashoba, these horses bred by the Williamson family. You know, we've seen a lot of these Nashoba horses, and they've done well in California. So it's a nice family of horses, and you know, certainly look for a nice effort here at 5-1. So that's the 3, 6, and 8, and then with the win bet on the 6 horse was Jeweled Shillelagh. All right, now let's go move over to the 7th race. 7th race, 5.5 furlongs on the dirt. This is for babies. This is a Calbred maiden special weight, and you know, nice field of horses. You know, we'll see what, you know, the future of California bred horse racing, you know, starts with races like this. So I got 4 horses here. I got the 1 horse who was Style Cat for Peter Miller. Now, it seems like the Miller barn has really been heating up lately, which that tends to happen with this guy. So, you know, instead of fighting it, you go with it. So Style Cat's 3-1. Raylo Gutierrez takes the call. I thought this horse ran some nice races. Got beat by his stablemate Case Hit in his debut at Santa Anita, which no shame there, because we saw how nice Case Hit was yesterday, just barely, losing the graduation stakes on the wire, getting beat by his stablemate, who was the favorite that day in our Heisman. So Case Hit, certainly a nice horse. And then the last race this horse ran at the beginning of the meeting at Del Mar, so it has a race over the track. And I thought it ran a nice competitive race, so I think it sets the horse up nicely here. I'm also going to put the 4-horse, which Charms Away, for Louis Mendez. Now, Charms Away, I liked last time, gave this horse out, ended up being the favorite that day, and also got beat by Case Hit. So certainly no shame in there, as I mentioned, who Case Hit was, and Case Hit's a nice horse. So, I don't know, this horse didn't really get out too well that day, and it kind of just blew the chance, for this horse to win. So Maldonado gets off the horse, Escobedo gets back on the horse, so he rode this horse very well the first time out. I'm not worried about the jock switch there. It seems to me like unless you really know the story of why jocks switch horses, you really don't know that. Because, there's so many factors that go in. It's commitments, it's trainers, they might have made a commitment early on a horse. So we just don't know the story. I don't know the story about this one, so I can't pretend to. So I'm not going to worry about it. Escobedo, as I mentioned, rode the horse fine. So 5-1, why not give this horse a chance? That's Charms Away. Then I'm also going to put the favorite here, who is Hothead, at 5-2. This is for Mark Glatt. Antonio Fresu takes the call. Mark Glatt's done very well with first starters, so this horse shows some nice works. Could be live here. That's the 5 Hothead. And then finally, I'm going to go with the 9 horse, who is Silverado Storm, who is a second horse here for Louis Mendez. Now, I like Mendez on these young horses. I think he does well with babies. Certainly knows how to get horses out and ready to go early. The horse shows some nice works over the summer at Santa Anita with a couple really nice half-mile drills and some nice works at Del Mar, his last being a gate work. Ricardo Gonzalez takes the call. Gonzalez does really well with speed horses, and you can probably envision it. The gate opens and boom, the 9 pops out and just kind of dusts off the field. So at 8-1, why not? So I've got the 1, 4, 5, and 9. All right, now let's move over to the 8th race, which is the feature race. This is the Yellow Ribbon, Grade 2 for fillies and mares. They're running 1 mile and a 16th on the grass course there. So they come out of that elbow chute, go 2 turns. I'm going to make this very simple here and put in Anisette, make her the single. She's 3-5 in the program. Anisette's done a whole lot right since she's come to California. She's won well at Del Mar, being 2 for 2, winning the 2 big races last year for 3-year-olds, taking down the San Clemente and the Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks. She ran well at Santa Anita as well, so this girl just likes to run. And I think she's probably the best grass horse, older grass filly or mare in California. So I'm just going to single her, and Rispoli seems to fit very well with her. He's done some great work with Anisette, and let's just watch her run and watch a nice filly run a really classy race. All right, now let's move over to the next race. Next race being the 9th race. Now this is a 12,000 claimer, 12.5 claimer, running 5.5 furlongs. And this is kind of your bottom rung there as far as the level of horses there in Southern California. And I've got 3 horses here I'm going to put in this race to try to get this pick 5 moved along. I'm going to put the 3 horse was Pop Doro for George Parabon. George Parabon, I think, does nice work with a limited amount of horses he gets. And, in this kind of level of horses, he seems to get horses put together and give them, get them ready for these type of level of races. So he puts the 7-pound apprentice, Arantes, on the horse. Now, Arantes takes the call over a previous 7-pound apprentice. He had Melvis Gonzalez on the horse last time, who I thought, did a good job. Got the horse to run 3rd in the same type of level race at Del Mar earlier in the meet. Horse ran a nice even race. Got beat by Devil Among Us, who I'm going to talk about momentarily in this race as well. So I'm going to put the 3 Pop Doro. I think the horse, has a shot. I think the weight break is going to help this horse. I'm also going to put the 8, who is, as I mentioned, Devil Among Us. Now, Devil Among Us, last time, ran in this level, and Kyle Frey took the call, and he has the horse again. Now, this horse really just shot out there really quickly and ran some fast fractions. And, as the speed was holding at that time, but this horse did finish 2nd. I'll forgive him. It was 6.5 furlongs. Probably ran a little too fast for his own good. And, we'll see. Maybe it sets this horse up for a better race today at 3-1. Then finally, I do like a long shot in this race, who I'm going to put in this pick 5 and also make a win bet. That's the 11 horse, Golden Sunrise for Andy Mathis. Ricardo Gonzalez takes the call on this horse. So this horse, you know, I spotted this horse last year. This horse ran at Del Mar in this type of level race, and I bet this horse. Remember, I made a across-the-board bet. Horse was 30-1 that day, and it really gave me a thrill. Julian Couton rode the horse and got the horse out there, cleared the field, big field, had to lead into the stretch, and just kind of gave it up late. So I remember this horse and you know, kind of, you know, wondered what happened to him. I don't follow Northern California racing too closely, but I see this horse went back up north and was running in starter allowances since then. This horse has high speed. If you watch the film on this horse really shows some high speed. So I'm just going to guess that, you know, the Gonzalez is just going to shoot this horse out there at 5.5 furlongs and maybe best this field of talent of horses that don't have a whole lot of talent. We see Mathis win races in Del Mar. Maybe this would be one of them. The horse is 10-1. Going to put this horse in and make a win bet on the 11, Golden Sunrise. All right, now let's move over to the last race of the day. Last race is the 10th race. This is a 5 furlong grass race, which, you know, those are always nice races to watch and you know, probably, you know, deliver some nice prices too that we've seen. This is a maiden special weight open company, 3-year-olds and up. I don't have a really strong opinion here, so I've got 5 horses that I'm going to put in, and you know, just hoping to have a live ticket and have a lot of coverage. So I've got the 1 horse who is Queen Maxima. This is for Jeff Mullins, first-time starter on the turf. We know Mullins likes turf races. That's what he seems to focus in on. First starters, he's pretty good, 20%, 9-2 with Raylu Gutierrez. Gutierrez certainly knows how to get a horse out of the gate. So this horse from the 1 hole should have nice positioning and, you know, maybe finish up into the stretch. That's Queen Maxima. I've also got the 3 horse, who is Wimberly. Now, Wimberly comes out of the John Sadler barn. Huge purchase, $700,000 for this girl. And, you know, she's run twice now, so I'm figuring they're looking for more based on what they've spent. Now, these are West Point Thoroughbreds and Tala Racing, who are big clients for Sadler. You know, she just kind of ran 2 pretty even races. Her first time out, she did try the grass at Santa Anita, got into some trouble, so, you know, we'll forgive her for that. And then they brought her over to Los Al, ran her on the dirt. My guess is, you know, they were just getting her out there, you know, to get this horse another race. If she won, great. If not, they're probably looking for Del Mar, you know, for this grass sprints here. So I've got the 3 who is Wimberly, 8-1. And then I've also got the 4 horse who is Blister in the Sun. And, you know, this is your Psychedelic Furs reference. So I had this horse last time. I played this horse, gave this horse out over at Los Al. The horse, it was his first time out after a pretty long vacation. We hadn't seen this horse since December. And not exactly sure what happened here. You know, Maldonado was on the horse. He's on the horse today. This horse just shot out of the gate. Maybe this horse just grabbed hold of the bit and he couldn't control. I don't know what happened, but this horse got out like a quarter horse, running almost 21 flat and 43. Certainly wasn't going to hold on for a 6.5 furlong race. But, you know, that kind of race makes me think, hey, maybe this horse just is flat out speed. We see it happen in these 5 furlong grass races. Nobody gets a horse out better than Maldonado over there at Del Mar. So maybe this horse just go and see if they can go 5 furlongs with her. So going to put Blister in the Sun, 15-1. Let's see if this Psychedelic Furs reference, you know, can get it done today with a long shot. So I got the 4, Blister in the Sun. And I'm also going to put the 7 horse, who's Not a Sinner. Now, Not a Sinner, you know, has the looks of a career maiden. This horse seems to run nice races, but gets beat. Now, maybe we can pin some of the blame on Van Dyke riding this horse several times. Van Dyke was having a hard time winning races at Santa Anita this past winter and spring. You know, last time this horse was ridden by Frankie Dettori, and I watched a film on this, and I thought Dettori gave this horse about as perfect a ride you can give a horse, and the horse still got beat. But, you know, Kimura takes the horse over today, 4-1 in the program. I'm throwing this horse in just because, you know, if we got a live ticket and maybe hit a couple prices, Anisette comes in as a single, I would just not want to forgive myself if Not a Sinner comes in and beats me. So I'm just going to throw the horse in, and we'll see what happens. Then I'm also going to put the 8 horse, who's a very interesting horse to me. Let me tell you why. This horse comes out of the Victor Garcia barn. Garcia is really good with second starters. Now, this horse does have a start. Garcia's 40% second starters. And the start this horse comes out of is the most live maiden race they've probably run in California. So this horse ran with Hope Road, with One Magic Filly, and Normandy Queen. So Hope Road, very unique situation here. You see the top 3 finishers all came back to win their next race. You don't usually see that too often. So we saw Hope Road was a Bob Baffert horse, was blazing that day at Santa Anita and won a nice maiden race. And she ended up coming back, winning an allowance race at Del Mar. Pretty cool there. And then One Magic Filly came back to win at Del Mar, broke her maiden. So that was pretty live there. And then Normandy Queen also won at Del Mar, trying a 2-turn race, and she won there. So that race was extremely live. Rich of Joy ended up running 4th that day, so makes me think she might be live here. We'll see. Certainly the turf shouldn't be a problem by Cairo Prince and Into Mischief Mare, so the grass should be fine. We'll just see if this horse wants to do that. JJ Hernandez takes the call, 20-1. I mean, can you just imagine Hernandez winning the last race on a long shot like that, and you being able to cash a pick 5? It'd be a pretty nice situation. So, all right, let's recap here the pick 5 and the day over at Del Mar. So the late pick 5 starts in the 6th race, and we're going to start it off with the 3, 6, 8. And I've also got a win bet on the 6 horse in that race. That's the Rispoli horse. That's Jeweled Shillelagh. With the 1, 4, 5, 9. With Anisette, that's the 2 horse in the yellow ribbon single. With the 3, 8, 11 in the 9th race. And then I've got a win bet on the 11 horse in that 9th race. That's Golden Sunrise. With 1, 3, 4, 7, 8. So the math on that's a $90 ticket. If you feel like playing 90, you jump in. If you want to narrow it down, add or subtract, you got to do what's best for you. Maybe you want to play pick 3s within that. Play win bets. You got to do what works for you. So as always, I'm just going to wish you great trips, because great trips will give us good luck, great luck at Del Mar, and let's see some great safe racing. So as always, I ask you to please hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Just gets you the new content served to you when it comes up. And, I really thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more coverage from Del Mar, where the surf meets the turf.